All right, welcome back. It's another Sunday. Got all sorts of wheeling and dealing going on. Somebody from Facebook wants to come buy some wheels I put up a while ago. The other guy found some cranks on eBay, so he's local, wants to come get them. Maybe some rings. I brought that. Another guy wants to trade me a bunch of stuff. I brought a bunch of stuff for him, but I screwed up. He texted me, you emailed me yesterday. He's like, "Where were you? I came by. I was there like 11 for an hour, and I waited to come back at 2." And I'm like, "I was here all day, 9 to 5 with the door open." He's like, "No, Friday." Oh yeah, I was sick Friday, but I thought he was coming Saturday. I had one guy who said he might come Friday, and I emailed him to say that I was sick. So I probably screwed up. He probably meant Friday, and I thought it was Saturday. So I bought a bunch of stuff for him that he wanted to wheel and deal and trade with. So I don't know if he's mad or gonna come later or what. People are bad at communicating. But I did go to the Sunday salvage sales, and I went and got burritos. I did not go to the bike farm. I just brought my friend Jeff over here, who owns the Portland Bicycle Emporium, because he likes wing nutty things like tandems and recumbents. He likes wing nutty things. And I bought that tandem last week. I don't have room for it. I don't want to fix it up and ride it. No one cares. Finished tandems used to be so hot. Now no one cares. I told him I paid one bill for it. He asked what I had to get for it. And I said, probably 3 as is. And he was like, man, I really bought it because I wanted the brakes. I would do 2 if you let me keep those brakes. The Mayfac tandem. He's like, I hate that French stuff. I'm like, good, I'm willing to overpay on the brakes. And he's like, well, I need some other brakes. I'm like, dude, I got some Diacomps. All the other stuff's Japanese, it'll fit right in. So I gave him some nice Diacomps I have all in the bag, in about the same shape as a tandem, like almost mint, like just little hints of rust specks here and there. We had to take off, so come back next week and pick up the tandem. So I got time to get those brakes off. So I told him, like, I could part it out. I mean, those TA chain rings, I can get $45 a piece for. The cranks, I can get $60 to $100 per arm. It's got a Hayden, like a famous eccentric bottom bracket in there. Could definitely get money. I have to sit for a while. You know, it's got like a Mayfac or Mavic chamfer bottom bracket. I get money for that. If you need one, you need one. You know, that Philwood back wheel. Definitely get a couple $100 for that. Even if it might take a long time to find somebody who has an old tandem needs the back wheel, but you're screwed without it. I'm like, you know, the shifters are $40. And it's like, oh, I get 25 for those. I'm like, you're crazy. The shifters are $40. Like, it's really nice Suntour bar ends, all hardware. I'm like, you can definitely make 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 parting it out real easy. But it's all complete and original. So I'm gonna keep the brakes. Give me $200 for it. So I'm up $100 and a nice set of Mayfac brakes, which are worth $100. So if the really wide tandems, they were real popular on early 80s mountain bikes and on tandems and some touring bikes, and real popular on rando bikes. I have one scruffy set for the Legua project. About one new old stock set off of eBay because it was $70 or $80. It was cheap. New old stock, God, somebody used to get like $200 for them. And now I have this used tandem set. So I've got some options for a few crazy upcoming French projects. I got the strong light cranks and I got some TA cranks. I got so much stuff. I have 2 sets of Campy high flange TPO hubs. I got some stuff. Another guy at Salvage said he wanted to buy this Beater Bianchi frame and fork. So I gave him an email. I told him to come by today. He has not emailed me yet. But hopefully I can give him that stuff for cheap. I think that fork's worth $80. I'm not sure if it's still worth that much, but it was a few years ago when these were popular. So I think I'm going to try and tell him at least $60 for the frame and fork, or we can have the frame for free. I need at least $50 or $60 for that fork, because I put it on eBay for $90 or $100. I think I get it real quick. They're getting rarer and rarer, and it's got a nice tall steer tube. It actually fits some big bikes. This thing's got to be at least a 60 or 61. And most guys ride 56s, but all you'd ever find is forks for like 53s. I had a friend who had to replace his fork in a year looking on eBay, and he found a fork for a 55. So he had to get a Chris King grip nut headset, because they reach down like a centimeter, like a weird design. That was the only way he could run that fork, and it's a nice all campy original bike other than that. Problems are solved. So what is Salvage? Some of my friends thought it was a great day. They had a lot of stuff. I didn't find anything super huge and exciting. I found a lot of little things that are pretty exciting. The first thing I saw in the window was this fork sitting on the bench. So I grabbed it first, threw it in my bag. It's some surly fork with a zillion Brazons. I was going to check out. This girl at the counter was like, you found that out there? And I'm quite sure. Somebody brought this fork in yesterday. I think they just left it there all day and people put all salvage stuff on top of it. I'm like, oh. Because I noticed it is broken. He tore a rack mount out. The actual rack mounts that should be threaded all the way through are just water bottle bosses. And it tore the steel. So So I almost put it back. I was like, maybe Shatterstick, I don't really care. Because steel is torn, there's some cracks. This is a weird repair on fork, sketchy. It's a Surly, so it's pretty thick. Pretty oversized, is probably fine. What I might do is try and grind this out uniform, get past all the cracks, make a big hole, and put a really big bottle boss in, like an M6, unless it's already too big for that. And I don't know, braze in like a whole eyelet or something weird. Could hold a patch in from the inside through one of these holes. Just brass it in there and blob the brass on, file it smooth, drill it out. I could do weird stuff, or I could just not care. Just throw it in the trash. I just paid $2 a pound for it, so probably $6 or $8. I don't know. Whatever. It's a weird project. It's neither here nor there. You really shouldn't mess with forks. This fork has like 50 million water bottle bosses in it. So crazy. It's so heavy. Steer's pretty short, but not too short. I don't know what I was thinking. That was a cool Surly fork for cheap. I didn't realize it was broke in. At least I'm the only guy actually doing anything with it when I throw in recycling. But it is big. They have that one big giant tub of just unsorted hardware and junk and things they throw little parts into. That was the most exciting part. I dug through the derailleur bin and got a few. Some of the other guys were being really aggressive. There's a lot of nice bikes, a lot of frames. There's one carbon fiber road bike that looked like it had like 10-speed Ultegra, the long cage. I wanted it. I got there almost an hour early. The three guys are always in front of me, were still there in front of me. And that's the very first thing, the very first Skyline went and grabbed. I'm sure the carbon was cracked or something, but still a long cage silver derailleurs, cranks, and shifters. It wasn't very scruffy. I got the Zaval pump because it is the fat boy. And it kind of works. This is a little bent or warped, but it kind of works. And this is the pump I was thinking about putting on the MB2 beater free bike project. Put a pump peg on the chainstay, but it's fat mountain pump. I might have already got one for it, but I don't know. I got this one too. Fat pump. This was in the weird bin. Oh, it's hydraulic. I thought it was just like cables and housing, but it was definitely a SRAM hydraulic hose with one end on there and a barb and olive and some things on the other side. It really might be new. It says Avid on it. Avid hydraulic line kit. It's got words. I don't know if this is worth any money. I'll never use it, so I might put it on eBay or give it away to one of my friends who does hydraulic stuff from time to time. I saw this break and made fun of it and sat there, so Weeman. But then I realized it's got cool stop silver, like nice replaceable pad holders and shoes with all the hardware. So I got it just for that, really. I mean, that's a $20 pad holder on a $1 brake. Oh, stop being itchy nose. There was definitely several toe straps I was excited about. So most of this is going to be random bits of hardware with a bunch of front derailleurs at the end. But a nice specialized set of toe straps. The toe straps are nice and thick. They don't curl or roll under your feet. They're great for fixed gears. Cheap toe straps. I like toe straps. I use them to strap stuff down on bikes and work on all the time. Oh. Strap the front wheel to the down tube. Strap the crank to the chainstay while I'm trying to break the bottom bracket loose. Strap rack pieces together and braze on them. I don't care if I melt or burn the toe straps. This is a cool tool I've never had and always wanted. I think it's like the Campy 8-speed, like new in the bag, hub tool. You need this for overhauling your hub or taking the cassette body off and holding all the pawls in place when you put it back together. It's impossible to use without this tool. Everyone tries it. I think I spent like 5 hours fighting it with rubber bands and fighting and trying to get that hub back together. So this tool is invaluable. I think they're only like $9 or $10 new. No one ever buys them. I have one now. I'll probably hopefully never look on that hub, but I can if I want. A Hunt brand. It is a very weird, it looks like a spoke wrench kind of tool for sliding on your hand something. It's like a deep nipple driver for going on the inside. I don't know, I don't got it. Why not have it? Some TH Industries, like the really super thin, like 1/4-inch headset spacers, which are really good for, especially if stems aren't perfectly flush or something. You can put some of those on, like little shims. Salzman reflector stickers by 3M. 3M Diamond with the ugly yellow 3 by 15 centimeters, 1/2 inch by 5.9 inches. 4 sets of cool reflective stickers, dual stock in a bag. I don't know. The silver core brake. Last time I got the other one. Cast Stock Kitchen I have a white set, which is really ugly, but now I have the silver set. The white set's got the springs and the hangers, and so maybe I will use this cool core cantilever brake set. I don't know. One set of topo bar ends, and one side's like crunched. I noticed that. Just excited that I found the pair. Use them as a little fish hook to dig through this giant bin of hardware. Digging through bins of hardware is kind of hard. It's all heavy and dense. We grabbed this front derailleur. It is clearly new old stock with the thing. 32 clamp, top pole, SRAM X9 silver. I have the lightly used rear derailleur that matches this. I have it on eBay. Some guy's trying to buy it, saying eBay won't let him check out and is being a little sketchy. I'm just ignoring him. And I have the matching front derailleur. You know, stop. I'll put it up there. This is part of the Mirror Cycle mirror kits. These are great. This part's broken a lot or missing. Everyone wants the flat bar ones. There's like a flat bar size and a road bar size. So now I have some extra little nuts and bolts for those because I grabbed those. The Mirror Cycle mirrors are like 20 and 25 bucks. They're the only good bike mirror. They plug into your bar end and they have real brass threads and real brass washers. So you can actually like get them working tight and then easily move them by hand and they won't like rattle or move. They're aimable. They're super easy to set up. It's the only mirrors I ever sold when I had a retail shop. Customers love them. Here's a tiny little bag with 5 brand new vintage chainring bolt spacers. Like Dior XT from the 80s. Brand new. Maybe it's for something more modern, but brand new. Chainring bolt spacers are like $2 a piece, so you go try and buy them. Here is a bag of, it looks like they're either brand new, might be takeoff. The front side is like, they're all black, they're alloy black chainring bolts. The front side is super short like a track. The back side looks a little longer, like a road double. So they're probably for road doubles or modern cranks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. All right. This will be for an X1 buy or thing with a dash guard. Flat wheels, brand new. I found several 1-inch cable hangers. These are worth their weight in gold. Everyone's always asking for them. No one ever has them. They're always throwing all the little hardware that everyone comes at. There's like a real disconnect between the people who work the front counter and other people. The things that people always ask for are the things you should hoard. Instead they hoard a bunch of stuff that no one cares about. So here's another vintage silver one. It's not chromed, it's galvanized. I don't know, it's different. I don't care so much, but people are always asking me for that. One set of thick headset spacers with a bear on it. Someone told me what brand it was, some mountain bike brand. They're aluminum, so we didn't care, but you know, 3 really tall headset spacers and a black top cap. I'll throw that in my bin of spacers if I want it. Another one of these steel quill stem top caps. This one hole looks huge. But I like these for making my own handmade stems, so I can braze them right in the top of the tube, brass them up, file them down, and make a nice little plug instead of having to machine one. This is clearly a, it's a little crusty, but it is a Thompson seat post bolt. You can buy these separately, but I don't have any. I'll throw it in my seat post bin. I might need it someday. This is a set of brand new cami bolts. Well, yeah, all 4 of them with the weird tapered head. Like I'm always complaining that all these V-brakes and cannies that take this primary bolt, everyone loses the bolts. Brand new in the box, 4 of them. And some bizarre extra long spacers. So I don't know what they're for, and some cable tips and things. This is worth $20. This makes a $0 brake set. Worth money. Like, that is fantastic and matching, and the chrome's nice. Use that for something nice. This is a cool bag. So this bag is disc brake hardware, and the bolts are silver. Like the rotor bolts are still black, but all the big bolts are silver. It's impossible to find disc brake hardware that isn't black. So this is exciting. Going right in my disc bin for the next time I do something weird. I found a few other disc brake adapters. Because I don't really know that much about disc brakes. I'm not super good at them. So having all the adapters, I like to double and triple and test fit things and try and figure out what'll fit and what'll clear. This is for 140 or 160 post mount. There might be a flat mount post mount adapter. I don't even know. But someday when I have a question, I'll be able to test. These are seat posts, the under cradle on seat posts. I'll have 2 bolt ones. This under cradle that slides right out and gets lost in like every seat post. I got like 3 or 4 of these. Because maybe that'll save some seat posts. Like I got this one seat post, this Easton. It's a little short Easton 70 road alloy thing. Found this one and slid in here. I don't know if it's the right one. It's about as dirty as the rest of the bolts. This really might be the right one. But I grabbed these other ones too because they also might be the right one. I find nice seat posts all the time. I'm missing those cradles, so let's hoard them cradles, bro. Cut down. I don't care. Black, Easton 70. Oh, it's a seat post. Someone will want it. These are cool. This is some sort of weird French fender clip, maybe? Maybe. It does something. It goes around some tube and boltons and tightens down. Maybe this holds the fender stay. I don't know, but there's 3 of them in there. Round alloy, old style French screws. Don't know what they're for, but they're cool. Maybe I'll use them on some old fender someday. Another one of these 31/8 black, like 1x chain keeper things, if you know, a front derailleur. Love those things. I'm always grabbing them. There's one new old stock Bonotto bottom bracket shell in there. I grabbed a few of these. You know, they had all that stuff, and I paid like $350 to buy cases and cases of most of their raw frame building parts. A while ago, they all got donated. But I didn't have one of these Bonotto shells, and now I do. Bonotto. Here's another black V-brake bolt. I don't know. This looks too rounded out for me. It's too ugly. It's too rounded out. Don't care. Here is a Shimano 105 5700. It's used, but it's got no significant chain rubber wear. It's got the little half-round washer that braze on derailleurs are always missing. It's got the correct bolts. Tiny Scruff 105. This is the year rear hub I'm using my sister's bike. Got several black cranks. I got some black rings. I just got a black bar and a Soma Sparrow bar that I got a little while ago for it. She's getting a 650B conversion on that old 51 centimeter Mercian frame I had. Reynolds 5-1 pencil stays. So if we decide to do a front derailleur, this will probably be the derailleur for her bike. Set it aside. Here's a nice big chrome long candy bolt with the built-in washer. See if I got a pair on that. Here is another black 105 derailleur. It's a little scruffier. 5600. So this is the one that I was originally going to grab. It's missing the bolt in the proprietary washer. It's got the pinch bolt. Just a little bit dirty, but it's pretty clean, so I might use that on her bike or sell it. I've been selling a lot of front derailleurs. I think the craze went away. Another under cradle. The craze went away, but I think it is back. Here is a nicely machined, not a cheap alloy Tektro one. Nicely machined, vintage barrel adjuster. I don't know what it's for, but it's nice. Rubber O-ring's starting to split a little bit, but it's like steel and chrome and nice. I found another one of these earlier. I'm hoping to find back in here. This is the Campy one. Campy Nova Record barrel adjuster. That's worth money on eBay. People are always losing those. You can't use your brake without them, and can't put a cheap one on. Several other new in-package things. Just throwing away brand new in-package parts. A while, man. Dura-Ace 7800. This is 10-speed era. For Fitz Ultegra 105. Dura-Ace cartridge brake shoes. Originally $10. It's got the replacement bolts in there too. I think they're tie on the Dura-Ace ones, in case you lose or round out the old ones. Hot, hot, hot. Problem Solvers straddle cable hanger for Canties. Super wide. This is amazing for small bikes. It changes the... You can get the straddle hanger way lower because it's wider, and it like corrects the leverage, so it makes your bike actually brake, actually stop better. Some guys even use these on bigger bikes because it just changes the leverage and makes your brake stop better. I think these were, this one says $12.50 in the old price tag. This is probably 10 or 15 or 20 years old and then sitting around forever and donated to them. So I think they're like $20 last time I checked. Some black M5 brand new ferrules in a bag. It's impossible to find black ferrules. This is a brand new bag of Problem Solvers M 8mm brake boss plugs. So I believe this is for like bikes that have like removable candy bosses, where like as well on the frame, you can thread the post out, you can thread these in to plug it. A lot of forks and frames come that way now, that the candy bosses and the disc brake mounts. I don't know, I'll use that. Mending brace, just some little metal hardware like home repair braces. I'll probably use them. Even though I have 5,000 stems, I could not grab this one. It's not light. It says Taiwan right on it, 22.2. It's probably not that nice. Chrome on the bolt is perfect. It's got the nice alloy wedge. It's got a cool brass barrel adjuster-y thing. So since the stem is heavy, I think I'm going to steal an alloy top cap, so I won't really use that on a handmade stem. I mean, I could. Simworks is doing that again. Vellner is doing that again. They're selling brass and alloy top caps. But I could use this bolt, this quill, and make a nice handmade stem. If I wanted to, I could even steal this thing off of it and braze it on. I want to make a mountain style one. Or use this cool brass pulley for something. This one piece of brass is probably worth more than I paid for the whole thing. So, stem 4 parts for making my own stems. I bought all that tubing for making stems. I just made this stem, which I'm going to braze into cable stop onto and stuff. And then my bike will be ready to go to powder coat. But this is the first threadless stem I've ever made. 31/8 clamp, 80 millimeters reach. Real tall, because I want to put the cable hanger in the dirt decalier on there and no spacers. It's going to go, I braze down a little tapered ring on the bottom. It's really a head tube ring for doing Philip race bikes. Instead of putting it on the bottom of the stem, so it gives it a little nice taper into the headset spacers or whatever headset you have on it. I have a lot of stuff to do quill stems as well. So this quill part's nice. Nitto makes, a bolt and the alloy wedge, and you can get it for 10 or 15 bucks and make 3 or 4 links, and that's cool. And I've ordered those in the past, but also make conditioned vintage ones. That's cool, not mangled. A single brand new Cool Stop brake pad. Bet I'll find the other 1 or 3 next time. There is some cool weird stuff in here. Here's a clamp-on water bottle cage adapter. So you can clamp it onto your handlebar. And the bolts are all rusty. I don't know, I have a bunch of these. I never use them. I think they're cool. I keep grabbing them. This is fun. So I saw this. Top tube cable clamps. Oh, look at that. I have never seen this before. This is interesting. So, like vintage bikes will have the full run of brake housing with the back brake. You have these 3 clamps along the top tube. They're always on the top. This puts it way down on the left side, which is where I like to put them when I do braze-on split stops. And they say Dura Ace right on them, old logo. They look really small to me. I wonder if these are undersized or something bizarre. I don't know if it's for some like Dura Ace AX or Aero or something cray. Yeah, bro. These are undersized. These are 7/8, not 1 inch. So this would have to be for some bizarre undersized top tube. The bolts look brand new. These really might be new old stock. Oh, they've got some marks on them. These are taken off of some bike. I bet it's some weird, wacky early 80s Aero or time trial or something bizarre. 7/8. These have to go to eBay. They're too weird and cool. I'll never use them. But someone out there might need them desperately for restoration. I looked in the rear derailleur pile. There's nothing interesting except for a single one of these Tektro FL720s, I think. It's my favorite brake lever because it looks like an old 30s French brake lever. It's all silver. I love them. I grab up every one of these, mismatch, whatever. Always end up making pairs. I probably have 3 or 4 sets of right now. I just sold a set to a girl on that Raleigh upright conversion I did last week. So it's only single, but it's pretty nice. More front derailleurs. Front derailleur Ben had a few things. Another 105. It is 31/8 clamp on, but it's got the shims for 28/6. I think this is like 11 speed era. No, 5800. This is probably still 10. It's just got the really weird tall arm and bolts. This would definitely shift way different than this other one with the short arm. So you can't mix and match stuff when I start doing weird stuff like that. But we'll probably do friction shifters or dummies anyway, so this also might be really good for her bike. So I have 3 105 front derailleurs, might be great for her bike. The rest will go on eBay or in my stash. I grabbed this because it's got what's clearly a brand new shift cable in it, but it's also got some wing nutty stuff. There's a 11+1 clamp. I think it's maybe a tool for setting up 11 speed stuff. Hi!
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
And we're back. Had a customer walk in. He had a broken bike he showed me a little while ago we couldn't fix up. But he wants me to try and find him one. So my friend Jeff has one I was thinking about getting for my sister. I need to call him. He's the guy who just bought the Tanner from. I give him one of those bills right back for this other little blue Nishiki or Univega or Miata or something. Or I'll keep an eye out at Sunday salvage sales. Maybe I'll find him the perfect bike next week. $35 and just needs a couple $100 of labor. These are some machined black plates. They almost look like the pulley covers for like a sealed modern cartridge style derailleur pulley. I'm not really sure. I think this cable is new. Nope, the phrase. It looks really long though. Whatever, it's stainless, it's used. I'll use it on something. I sold the kid a bunch of cables and housing. I got rid of most of my used stuff because I don't want to sell customers brand new stuff. Stuff I know is stainless. I put a silver cable on something recently that I thought was stainless and it wasn't. And the person's all mad. Freewheel or BB spacer 1.5 mils. And they're metal. You can space your old square taper bottom brackets out a little bit. Try and get your chain line out a little bit. They sell plastic spacers for that. You can't use plastic spacers. I don't really use aluminum spacers. It's too much torque. You can bend them, they'll come loose. I only use steel spacers. I mostly only use like vintage Schwinn steel spacers. But these look nice. Freewheel or BB spacer, 1.5. Bag of 20, and there's 3 of them in here. Brand new in the bag. Oh, what's this bag? This bag says used Brev chainring bolts. Right on it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's only got 4. But they are patent Campagnolo Nova Record era chainring bolts. But it is only 4. But still, someone's going to need just one. People break or lose just one all the time. So I might be able to sell them as singles or as the 4-pack on eBay. Someone will be happy about that. Anything that says campy, people want. So this just looks like poop, but it's not poop. It's got a shim built in. Oh, I saw it. I'm like, this is cheap French stuff, but it's got a weird machine bolt instead of just like a crappy nut. Like, looks all deep and goes in. It has some writing on the front. I couldn't tell what it said in the light there at the CCC. But I knew it was nice, so I grabbed it. In my light, I can tell. And it says exactly what I was hoping it would say. This says IDL, made in France. So this is a vintage IDL. IDLs are my favorite old French leather saddles. They're amazing. I do lots of Frenchy bikes and restoration-y things. This thing will probably clean up pretty nicely. And then you put it on, on the cheapy style seat posts. You can get those in aluminum in every weird size. So you have a weird French bike that takes like a 25.8 or a 26.2. And every vintage like French nice seat post in good shape for that weird size is like $300 or $400 on eBay. I get a $12 alloy post, high polished, looks like it's brand new chrome. Put one of these heads onto the saddle and it still looks all period correct and super nice. I'm in love. I think I paid $40 or $50 for one of these 15 years ago on eBay. I don't think I've seen any since. Here is a Shimano 105 Golden Arrow front derailleur. It has the proprietary bolt up here. Is missing it here, bolt and nut. But I grabbed it because there's another front derailleur in here somewhere that I thought I could steal the bolt and nut from. Where? Here's this guy. Here's a cheapy Shimano. It's not the right proprietary bolt nut, it's like a Sun Tour style, but it probably worked just fine on there. Unless I go dig around and have the right one. It's like this, it's like a chrome, oversized Allen wrench. It's got the little knurling on the nut, but it doesn't look like the modern stainless ones at all. It's very cool. It's dirty, it'll clean up when they want it. I don't know, Golden Arrow's still kind of cool stuff, maybe someone will want it. This cheapo front derailleur is like more of a touring, you probably use it on a mountain bike, probably use it on a road triple. It's got the cable stop built in. The chrome's a little rough, but this front derailleur is worth money on its own. It's nothing fancy, but it solves a lot of problems. It'll work for a lot of vintage stuff. And if the cable stop built in, it'll work for some stuff that you have to have a cable stop built in for. One clearly brand new. This kind of looks like the one that comes with Sun hubs, Sun XCD. The Sun Dynamo front hubs come with a skewer like this. It's missing one quick release spring, but it's brand new. You need an Allen wrench. These are cool. These are cool. A little bit more security than nothing, but not quite as good as the Bell Orange. Brand new Empire. These look like wide plasticky rim tapes. A pair of them, brand new, for free. I just got a new frame builder wheels built. Instead of putting a cloth rim tip in that, I can put these dumb plastic ones in. These are nice and wide. I actually don't know what size they are. There's no labels. Maybe they'll fit. Maybe they're only for BMX. They're kind of dumb and have a crown on them. Sandpire. They really might be 20-inch for BMX or something. I don't know. I should ask Gary, I guess. He keeps saying that he stops by all the time, but I never see him. I'm like, I keep telling my hours. I think he just keeps coming by way too late. He keeps coming by at like 5 or 6. I'm long gone usually because it's hot. Here is that Campagnolo. Brev, Campagnolo. I think it's Novo record. Steel chrome barrel adjuster. I asked like $35 for these. Sometimes it takes a minute to get them, but if you have a $100 brake set and it's missing one of these, there's nothing you can do. $35. I think these are worth more. If I get the entire brake and it's too scruffy or fucked up, I'll throw the brake away. The barrel adjuster's worth more than the whole scruffy brake. This is in there. This looks to be very lightly used, if at all. Jeez, there's so much new old stock stuff in there. I see no witness marks ever being clamped on. Some dirt and some rust. Yeah, I might have had a cable on it. This thing is like came off a bike with 0 miles. Suntour bottom bracket cable guide clamps on the down tube by the bottom bracket. Runs your shift cables. These things are worth their weight in gold. Oftentimes I'll take this and cut this long one off for the front derailleur. Cut that off, cut this nub off, and then it's just like a 1x cable stop. Which is pretty cool. TRP Spire, and what looks like very lightly used takeoff condition. Does not have the brake pads, it does not scruffy. There's nothing wrong with it. I think these things had a problem where sometimes some internal bolts would come loose. You just had to Loctite and it solved all the problem. The later ones had that. So I'm pretty sure I got one of these last week. I'm pretty sure. We should double check right now. Let's take a look. I probably would have thrown in this bin. All my fake stuff. Probably. I don't remember doing it. There's one new old stock shifter, Shimano Light Action. So it's a bar end front. Hi. Hi. Oh, I just had another customer come in. He found me on eBay. One of those XTR cranks I got at the last swap meet. I think I paid $20 for them. I found them on eBay for $89. He wanted them. He was local. He also wanted rings. And then we got here. He dug out a bottom bracket. And then he had a Suntour. I noticed. He showed me a picture of his bike mocked up from across here, tiny. I noticed the shifter on the bar. It's all silver. I'm like, is that the Suntour one? He's like, yes, but one of them is missing a part. I'm like, I have a Suntour one, the cracked band clamp. So we ended up spending $124 on the cranks and some chain rings and a brand new no-name bottom bracket that looked like it was all the right things. And then I got to dig out that Suntour one and sell my cracked shifter for $25. So I just did $150 off a $20 score. It's nice because often when I brag about this money I'm making, it's often the only money I make. So people are like, oh, you're making so much money, that'd be nice. I'm like, yeah, but I don't get paid by the hour. I get no paychecks from any boss. It's like, I'll go a week here without making a penny. Like yesterday, a guy came and bought cables and housing for $50. It was the only money I had. My gas tank was about empty. My stupid car that I have to commute in now. So I went and spent it on gas, and then I went to Winco and bought like a $5 salad and a $5 chicken. And it's like, I'm at $0 now. So that was exciting. Everyone spends on Venmo. Venmo goes into my Venmo account, and it just sits there till the end of the month, and then I just cross my fingers. It's enough to pay shop rent and my house rent on it. Yee! But, so I spent $28 total on all this stuff, including that broken fork. So I've been 20 without it. I think she said it was 18 without it. But I got this. Let's just start a show before the guy showed up. Brand new Shimano Light Action shifter. It's probably, it's got a number on it. SLBS 78. I don't know what that means. I bet you this is like 10 speed. or 11. You know, it's new, but it's just the friction one. Brand new. With the clamp, with the bolt. I wish the other one was in there. I went back to this big bin and I dug 3 different times. I was there at least an hour digging. I love every second of it. Here's a missing V-brake noodle that has the top barrel adjuster part. It's fun. I got lots of V-brake noodles that come apart. I'll show more new stuff. Brand new in the bag, labeled $1 from 1990. Brand new in the bag from 1990. These are probably SKF fender bolts. So I still use these. Anything but their most modern fenders. I think they've changed everything a little bit. It's ugly and dumb. But any silver SKF fender, anything from at least 1990 to 2020. This is the bolt you need. It's proprietary. They sell these separately, and a lot of shops sell them for $5 or $6 a piece. I used to hoard these off dead fenders or broken fenders, put new fenders on it to take these bolts off. I wouldn't sell that many of them. Probably sold 5 of these ever in my life. Whatever. There's a brand new bag of them. I probably have 5 or 6 used ones. But yeah, I'm selling those things for $5 a piece now. SKF used to be a fender I dealt with more. It used to be more popular. Still real popular with the kids. This was the first thing I found was really exciting. I think it was my 3rd trip back. People literally told me you're not going to find anything. I'm back for the 3rd time. Brand new in the package. Brand new Honjo R-clips for fenders. This is what attaches your fender to your dropouts. Little R-clips, bolts, brand new. I have a ton of Honjo hardware. I have very few of these. I have like every other bracket ever. This is exciting. This is something I absolutely will use on an expensive bike and build. So that is cool. Got another shim. It is weird. It is really oversized. I wonder if this is like 26.0 to 31.8 or something. This is a big boy. It's a big boy. Here's a chunk of 31.8 bar I cut. Yeah. Yeah, this is something to 31.8 shim. I had to cut my own recently to fit inside my cutting tool to machine that stem flat. Because I had to mix and match a bunch of stuff. Because this stuff's made for a bottom bracket. That was made for a headset, but mixed and matched all the parts and spacers and took a bunch of spacers like this and cut them up to make shims. But it worked. That thing came out flat. It is nice. But this is exciting. So I'm all about shims again. Another front Diacompi cable hanger, chrome. It's pretty nice. My favorite joke. Everyone's socket kit is missing the 10mm because you use it the most. It always gets lost. Around one socket in there, it's like, I bet you it's 10mm. Some fool just lost it. It is. I got 1/4 drive 10mm. I'm sure I have at least 2 socket kits missing this. That one's exciting for me. I'm sure it's worth like $1 or whatever, but it's exciting. Grab this FSA Road front derailleur. This would also go to my sister's bike. It's black, chrome cage, or like a little half and half. She wants her bike all black, so it's gonna be some silver on it, but I like stuff you can mix and match. It's got the Shimano 31.8 clamp-on adapter to the Brazon front derailleur. I sell these on eBay. I put them up for like 13 to 15 bucks. People, I don't know if they make them. Maybe they're hard to get out. People always like, oh, thank you so much for having us. I'm looking everywhere. I couldn't make my derailleur work on my frame. I'm like, sure, man. I get you. I gotcha. I gotcha. So, these Balila toe clips. These all came from the eBay guy's stash too. And I got a bunch. I think I only got one from him. It was all SAG, so it was the second one. I don't know if I saved it or threw it away. Might have recycled it because it's not moving. I don't know. There was a matching pair and a third one in there. And they have some small amount of hardware between the 3 of them. But I don't know, they're cool. They're new old stock, they're vintage. I should dig and see if I still have this third one. If not, I have the pair, I'll probably put them on eBay. Maybe it's something someone wants, I've never heard of them. Maybe no one wants. Maybe all the old guys who like that stuff died. Sad. One recessed brake bolt, to grab those. Every time I do something, I need a different length bolt to have every one in the world. I always find the right one, it's heaven. Another Shimano disc brake adapter of some kind. It looks like maybe just a post mount spacer. Seems starting to learn my disc brake stuff. Taking a bunch of files. One rear Shimano skewer missing all the parts. I don't know. Got so many skewers, man. One single oversized clamp on for a cable guide. This is kind of popular in some weird retro-y, modern-y bikes. I don't know. Another chrome cable hanger thing. That's cool. It's cool. We're gonna get to the real good stuff. Getting real close to that good stuff. Another one, I love these disc brake things when they're labeled. So 160 rear with an arrow pointing up. Thank you. Very useful information. I hate it these things are blank or have way too much info on them. This is a silver SL5000. I wonder if this is the stuff. My friend found a Sante right shifter. I was like, fuck, I want that white Sante group. Later on, I found the matching left. It was missing a bunch of the hardware. I told him I think I found a bag in there somewhere with the hardware. I think this is it. I'm gonna message him to let him know I have it in case he wants it. Then he told me he might be trying to steal these dust caps off of those Sante brakes. The Sante is not like anything else. To put on some other Tiger shifters, I'm like, no, Sante is different. It was all broken, but the Sante one is there. It is separate. It is silver. I'm trying to talk him into selling me them Sante. I think they're 6 speed only. They're white. They're weird. I don't know. I restored a bike with that stuff on it once. Once long ago. Fixie cogs, bro. I got some Fixie cogs. They're always throwing Fixie cogs. So this is just a single speed for a cassette body. So you can put this on anything. Some of the BMX stuff's like a single speed cassette now. But anything like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 speed hubs, you can put this wherever you want and put big spacers on to get it where you want. This is a very lightly used, I mean like if I clean this, it'd look new old stock. But this side has a little dirt line on it. So it looks like it was used. 13 tooth. Here is a cool, same style, Surly track cog. 332 by 16, but it's not thread on for track. It's for these Surly things they sell all the time instantly. Here's another one, 17 tooth. It's a single speed, there's no ramps or pins, there's no nothing. And here is an actual track cog. It's got some wear, but it's still probably fine. 16 tooth. It's nicely machined. It's got holes drilled in it, but it's not super poop, but it's not like super nice. There's no brand name or logos. Its teeth look in. Oof. Maybe it's a lot used. Maybe it's too used. It's cool. Maybe I can use it for something. I have a little braze-on with these spokes to go across forks to braze on rack mounts. Get a little weight on them. I'll use a washer or something. Sometimes I hang my braze-on jig on it, but cool just to hang like a track hog. Or, steel, I can weld it into something. I don't know, it's cool and drilled out. I want to do something with it. So I will save it like a fool. Here's the other one of those like Frenchy style fender mounts. I found this box. I dumped it out because I have no idea what it is. Bearing press. Otilpor reinforcements 30 millimeters by 17. Bearing press. It must be for hubs. But it's brand new. Part A, 42 millimeters by 17. Well, that's not what the box says. Part B. Oh, Part B says 30 millimeters by 17. No idea. But it's brand new in the box. Bro, it's a tool. Someday I'll remember I have that when I need it, maybe. Another little baggie of disc brake mounting bolts. Cool. Black disc brake mounting bolt. I bet, these black disc brake mounting bolts will probably be, they're M6. They'd probably be fantastic for most old candies. I'm hoarding these. Anything you want black bolts on. Maybe pop a washer under them or something. Here's like a vintage candy bolt. It's like the same length. It's M6. It's got a bigger head. Some have little heads, some have big heads. So another candy bolt, another disc brake bolt. This is cool, I believe. I could be wrong. This is proprietary vintage Shimano 600 non-aero lever, very overly machined mushroom ferrule that goes underneath the hood. I think that's what it is, but it could be any vintage cool thing, but I have to do some Googling. Or let's put it in my bin, maybe send us something good. Here's a cheap mushroom ferrule. I always hoard these. People are always missing these off their brakes. Can't get them anywhere. You walk to any shop in the world and ask for them, like, no, well, what? I don't know. I lost it in the junk pile, maybe, probably not. So I ordered them. Diacomp is remaking them again. Doesn't matter as much. Here's a new old stock for preload only. For preload only. See instructions. Black, plastic, inch and eighth top cap thing. What the thing? I don't know. Beats having to buy a new Star Nut. Giant package of them. A few more big black, real big boy spacers. People charge like $8-10 for these now. Why wouldn't I grab these out of the essentially free box? $2 a pound box. Another mirror cycle, little end piece. I've made too much of a pile. Here is, ooh, this is nice. This is like a problem solver. It says an M6 bolt with some fancy alloy nuts on the end. And this is to replace quick release seat posts. The little bolt thing, you can just bolt this thing on instead. It's prettier, and they're like $12 or $13 new. This is in really clean, really good shape. And now I have it. I made one of these the other day out of a bolt and some hardware off of some rusty quick releases for a kid's bike and charged him $6. So now I have this thing to throw on instead. 1/2 of a Nitto 25/4 26/0 shim. Several more random candy bolts. Is this another one of these oversized top tube clamps? Okay. Several candy bolts. One pair without the washers. A Sagino 15mm crank bolts. I get like $13-14 those on eBay all the time too. A few random spacers. I believe this is the 4.5mm spacer. It looks like a headset spacer is too big. I believe this is for spacing out your 8-speed cassette hubs to a 7-speed cassette. So if you have to buy a more modern wheel for your vintage bike, still want to use all the 7-speed stuff, put this like 4.5mm spacer on first, then your cassette, and then everything lines up and shifts just right. These things are great. They're like $4 a piece. Single crank bolt, that's mostly rounded out. Away with these. Let's look what's in this bag. This is just a bag of dirty bag you can't see inside of, full of what I believe is my favorite Tektro brakes. Here is, let's go, one pair with some mostly new Cool Stop MTB pads. They're the wide profile Tektros. Make these in bright silver, and that's one of my favorite brakes. I'm getting bright silver, polish that logo off. Look amazing on vintage bikes. I never thought they were actually all that stoppy. This has nice Cool Stop pads. It's got the correct hanger. It's got the correct cable. All right. Oh, I need springs and bolts. Let's see what's in here. Here is a, oh, come on, let go. Another pair with the blue Cool Stop brakes with the correct cable and hanger. These brake pads are also literally almost brand new. Barely any black on the front. This part's never touched a rim. So now we're looking for 4 correct, I love when people put stuff in the bag, 4 correct, beautiful chrome, dome, proprietary head, candy bolts. And look at that, the 4 springs. I used to charge so much money for these brakes. I don't remember, what are these, $30 or $40 a pair? It's like $80 stock. And then polish the logos off. So it'd be like $100, I think. And then Tektro made a really pretty all silver replaceable pad holder with all bright silver hardware and the bright silver nut. And they were like another $25 a piece. So I get like $250 for these brakes on a lot of the prettier bikes I built. Polished and with all the correct hardware and stuff, making them gorgeous, $250. And I just got a set for $2 a pound. They're black. They're used. With the springs and the bolts. I'd have paid $40 for these if I needed them for a swap meet. I might put these on my sister's bike. I was gonna dig and see if I had some ugly Tektro Ornix gloss black brakes or something. But they're kind of squealy and annoying to set up. These bikes, these brakes would be the right brakes for a bike. They look gorgeous, and they have the polished bolts, chrome hardware, chrome ends. I probably put new brake pads on, or at least matching brake pads. they're soft and all that stuff. But good score. I found that swallow bar I got the last swap meet from her bike. I found a gloss black short stem that'll work perfectly. The front derailleur. I got the rear hub. I need a front hub still. And I need a rear derailleur still. But I think I can use these brakes. I'm going to need a seat post to probably have a black seat post, 27.2. That looks nice. I'm looking for... She's going to pay to have a powder coated, something shiny and fancy. She's probably going to pick black or something. She'll probably pick something horrible. Her color palette's like rose, pink, and flesh tones and just nasty shit. It's bumming me out. You know, she's bought the house and we're working on it a bunch and she's just picking it ugly. I cried. She's going to get the deck stained, or like the handrail and stuff. I'm like, oh, I think you should do it wood, like white, like wood, farm style, like a real nice natural stain, like a rosewood or something. I stain everything. She picked some white stain that looks like rotting flesh on a chicken or bird that's kind of peeling up. It's like so blotchy and horrible. So it looks like different colors and layers of rotten white, almost translucent flesh. It's gross. I cried. No, I just ignore it and pretend like it's white. Ooh. So hopefully she picks a good color. She's been bugging me. She wants to go out. She still seemed low on the fence if she wants to spend the money on the paint job and the wheels. I told her I'm going to do everything else, all the labor, all the mods, and put like $3,000 into this bike for her. If she'll pay for the paint job, like $150, and the wheels, I even have some rims I think I might give her, like an idiot. Brand new A23 650B, black machine sidewall rims. Give her the hub. She has to pay for the spokes and labor from Brian for the wheels. So she's going to have $300 or $400 into this bike, which is a lot of money for her to be into a bike. But it's going to be sick. So I'm excited about it. That's it. That's really my scores. Now I just got to spend the rest of the day cleaning and putting this away. I have one more customer off Facebook. So he's driving up here to fly out of Portland today. And I got some kind of fancy Rolf Vector 650C, like time trial wheels. That's my Sunday scores. I did not go to Bike Farm because I was out of time. I want to get here before 12:30. I want to get here. Jeff wanted to look at this tandem. So yeah, I made my 2 bills on this tandem, and I just made my $150 on that. I made another $150. That'll be all the money I made this week. I did do the fender install on this beautiful old Bridgestone Travis's Dome restoration that my customer's doing. Had me install the fenders, installed the headset. I think we agreed on $300 for me to do the fender install, headset install. I'm going to Rinko the fender, cut it in half. So when you take the back wheel out, you can just unbolt the back half of the back fender, so remove the entire fender. And then you usually take the whole fork out and leave the front wheel and fender together. Put that on the side, put the other wheel on the other side to bike pack your frame and wheels as small as possible for riding on mass transit in Japan. You're not allowed to bring bikes on mass transit in Japan. So you have to pack them up as small as possible, put them in a thing so it looks like you have an art thing or a big backpack or sports equipment or something. Take them on the train with you so you can go places in the countryside. Give me Rinko his Toei. Is a beautiful old Toei. He keeps talking about restoring and repainting, and it's like in the 70s. The paint is like 8 out of 10. I'm like, this is gorgeous stone. It's gorgeous. Leave it all original. And I did a Fender's Rinko on that. They got me the wrong Rinko hardware and insists it works. I'm like, no, this is some sort of weird Fender reinforcement thing. It's for a totally different fender, a way wider fender. So I'm gonna. I told him I gotta order the Rinko nut from Rene Hurst. It's a really smart design. It's kind of like a chainring bolt, but it's threaded on the inside too. So it's like a Sheldon nut and a chainring bolt in one. So you cut your fender in half, and I bolt another chunk of some old dead fender, metal fender, some stainless metal orange fenders, to one side, and drill a hole and put this in and hammer it down. So with that sits flush. It's like in a little dent in the fender, so it's nice and flush. So you can slide underneath the other half of the fender and just run a nut into it. It's a really smart design. It's really cool. It's a lot of work. It's really scary to do. But you have to do all the scary stuff on this dead chunk of fender instead of on the brand new, super expensive Honda. The tariffs just came through. You just ordered some stuff, and they told them the next time the tariffs, it's going to add $90 to the shipping or $95 to the shipping. The shipping's already like $35 for little things from Japan. Sort your shit out. It's from Japan. It shouldn't be that much. Japan, why tariff costs so much? So So I got to order one of those, and that's going to be $350. Asked him a bunch of questions, and he didn't answer any of them. So, okay, let's do it the best I can and hope you're happy. He's a very particular guy. It looks good so far. I've overlaid some pictures. I got the fender line just right. Everyone puts their fenders on way too tight, and every little grass or stick or leaf gets stuck in there, rubs the tire, buzzes, annoying. You can get, if you ride through anything with pine needles, the pine needles just stick to each other, pile up. Snow will do that too. Just fill the fender and your wheel won't turn. You want that fender line, I get them as high as I possibly can without seeing daylight. See a lot of that black tire. Big gaps. You want to get a finger in underneath each side. It's at least a half inch. I designed my own bike so I leave like 25 millimeters of clearance. This nice old vintage Rivendell, it's got enough clearance. It's got like 30 or 40 millimeters. It's like actually designed for this, which is nice. A lot of modern bikes leave you like 3 millimeters of clearance. Use a plastic fender, it'll fit, and it won't fit. You get the hardware or anything, the hardware will hit the underside of the fork crown or like, it's like got a millimeter's always rubbing or scraping the tire somewhere. You bump the fender, it moves a little bit, it's always rubbing your tire. Driving roadies insane, and they still want the bikes with zero fender clearance. To commute on in the winter, get any muck or dirt or gravel on you're boned. So I set them up. I set the fenders a little bit tight on the inlet where water and dirt get sprayed up. Put that slightly tighter so that anything that gets in there has all the room in the world to get out. There's no tighter spot. Like you don't want the very front on top of your tire, the tightest spot, something that's trapped right there. If you've ever ridden a fender bike, you know, in the rain in the wintertime and you get like a big maple leaf in there, they will not go away. They just stick to your brake or stick to your fender stay, and just bzzz on the tire and somehow do not wear out, ever. Like, I'll just ride in a minute, it'll go away. And 2 hours later, bzzz, you're like, you have to stop and take out your car. Or you do worse, you try and reach down and fish out while you're riding and break a finger or wreck. But, like that, I just had this girl drop off this bike. This is a tragedy. Some modern Marin, it's a city bike, but a steel frame, 650B disc brake, and Alpine hub. It's just got water bottle bosses for the rack to go on the back. There's no eyelets. So she just put a long bolt in there and just tightened it through to punch right through the tube. So I'm gonna pull those bottle bosses out, close that hole. I'm gonna cut a patch out of another piece of steel tube and just braze it on like elbows on a jacket, just a patch. Hopefully it'll last forever. It's just a city bike. She's just commuting on a little bit. And I told her if it ever really cracks or fails, we can replace the whole tube or probably buy a whole new frame for cheaper. Lightly used frame or something, so. We'll see. That's gonna be like $100. It's way too little. She was nice and didn't want to spend money. And I gotta stop doing repairs. I hate them. No one wants to spend money because their bikes aren't worth it. And they're always end up being a giant pain in the ass or something goes wrong. And I do have a couple other little jobs dropped off too. There's not gonna be a lot. A bad welding job in one thing, I'm gonna take the paint off and make sure it's cool. Maybe fillet braze around it and file a fillet so it looks nice. And a fork that was in a wreck and it might be slightly out of alignment, so I'm gonna see if it's alignable or not. Not a lot of money. But today's gonna kind of make up for it if that guy comes and buy those wheels. It's already the 7th. I'm like, oh, I need to make some money. How much money you got for rent? It's coming up. It's always coming up. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'm going to spend an hour or two putting all this junk away now.